Well, hello there and welcome back to this F1 2017 Sauber Career Mode. We're at the Circuit of the Americas for round 17 of Season 2. First thing I'm going to say is this is going to be the last upload for probably about 10 days, I'd say. Tomorrow I'll go on holiday for a week and then I'll come back next Saturday. I'll be busy on Sunday, and then probably Monday I'll record the next episode after this. It's going to be about 9-10 days, something like that, which is a bit of a shame. I wouldn't mind getting the season done before I go on holiday, and sort of like have a break between end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. I've run out of time. I've been too busy getting everything sorted out before the holiday, and I just haven't been able to do it. So this will be the last episode before the break, but I'll be back in about 9-10 days after that. And well, everyone gets holiday every now and again, and now it's my turn, and I'm really looking forward to it. So get back to the career mode, round 17. It's been a struggle in the practice sessions, I should say, as my words fail me. The Circuit of Americas I just haven't been able to get on top of it at all. I'm not too sure why. I've got a setup, it seems to be okay, we're just not really good on the pace. As for upgrades, we've had a part fail. Just have a look here. Let's have a look at R&D progress here. The energy store cells, unfortunately, it failed, which means that we're going to have to get that done. But we're very close to 900 resource points. In fact, we'll have it after the qualifying race, so we'll be able to get that redone, and then another one of these as well, which would hopefully bring us right up to where Haas are. As for the, I think at the end of the last episode, I ended up doing this. We've now got the upgrade speed all done. So it's now 4 weekends down to 2, which is nice. As for the vehicle management, we're running with all these number 4 power units. I want to try and stay away from number 5 as long as I can. So 47% on the ICE, the MGUK is at the worst at 53, MGUH at 44%, the NG store at 30, the turbocharger at 42, and the control electronic system at 21. As for the gearbox, we're at 58%, and we haven't even done the 5th qualifying and race session yet. And if you look there at number 2, we did 6 races at 63%, and before that 6 races at 72. So we could very well be knocking on the door of the 80% here, which is a bit of a shame. We might have to change gearbox after this race, I'm not too sure, but we've only got, after this, 3 races left, and then we can start really looking forward to the end of the season. But of course that'll be a while because I'm going on holiday, so yeah, not much else to do then. We'll listen to the qualifying objective that the team have set us. Qualifying 17th and beat Magnussen. I think 17th is possible. That'll be both the McLarens and our own teammate, but it's going to be a stretch to get any further than 17th. So we'll go to the qualifying session then, have a look at the weather and the setup, and then get out there and set a couple of lap times. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll look at the weather. It's going to be cloudy throughout, and it's going to be a bit of rain towards the end. I'm not too sure. Go on, hurry up and change. That's going to be cloudy. As for the race, we've got the old-fashioned start dry, end on intermediate tyres. But again, it could come in within 3-4 laps. It could come in final lap of the race. Not too sure. So we'll definitely keep one eye on that. As for the setup, have a quick look. Again, I've been tweaking with it as best as I can, but I just can't seem to get a happy balance. We're draining the fuel out, of course. So the aero's at 7.7. Transmission 75-65. Suspension geometry is all the way to the right on the rear camber. Suspension 75, 8755, brakes 85 and 52, tyre pressures 23.8, 21.9, and the weight distribution is at 7. So 11 minutes or so left of the session. We'll get out there, set our first flying lap and see what's what. Yeah, just haven't been able to really sync myself up to this circuit. We have improved as the practice sessions have gone on, but I'm not expecting any miracles here. So then, just 3.5 minutes left of the session. It felt alright, but a little bit slow in places, and the only person who actually quicker than is Van Dorn at the moment. Even Alonso has managed to out-qualify us by 3 seconds. There's still a few other people yet to do a lap time, including Verline, who's only a 10th off of us. So we're alright in Sector 3 and Sector 1, but Sector 2 we're losing quite a bit of time. I'm running fairly high wings. Someone else has also just set a lap time, so we'll get back out there and do another lap at the end of the session. But like I said, this is going to be a bit of a challenge here, and if we can get ahead of Alonso, I'll be happy. So just waiting for the last couple of cars to pass me. Here we go. So you've ended up in 13th place. Felt like a lot better lap there. Looking after the tyres and burning through a bit of extra fuel always does help. So yeah, pretty happy with 13th place, to be honest. Hamilton and Bottas are on the front row. Hamilton taking pole by just 5 thousandths of a second. Raikkonen and Vettel are on row 2 for Ferrari. And then Perez and Ocon, 5th and 8th, have the Red Bulls of Ricciardo and Verstappen between them. And Hulkenberg and Massa round out the top 10. Grosjean and Palmer have out-qualified us, but we've managed to get ahead of Magnussen, Kvyat, Sainz. And then Alonso down in 17th has actually out-qualified Stroll. And then 9th, Verline, and 20th, Van Dorn. So well done to Verline. I think that's the first time he's legitimately managed to actually out-qualify someone. And yeah, it's probably evidence at the fact that the car is now starting to really come on leaps and bounds of a development. And Pascal is starting to slowly creep up the order, but he's still over 4 seconds off the pace. But yeah, we'll be starting from 13th place. Pretty happy with that. So now we'll go away, have a look at the race forecast and see when this rain is going to drop. So the resource points, this would be the bog standard 85 that we get, taking us about 840 odd, 849. So yeah, we will definitely hit 900 by the end of it. We managed to out-qualify Magnussen, so we're now 2 points ahead, which is nice. Just beaten by about 400ths of a second there. And the session goal and the teammate goal both being achieved. So again, the likes of Toro Rosso and Williams starting to really favour us for next season. And now we'll finally listen to the voicemail then for the race objective. 15th and beat Magnussen. I think it's fairly achievable, so we'll go to the race. We'll have a look at the strategy and see when this rain is going to fall, and then get the formation lap out of the way.
We're almost ready to go then. This is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Massa, and Roman Grosjean. Hamilton, Palmer, Sauber, and Magnussen, Kvyat, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll, Verline, and Stoffel Van Dorn completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So bad news for Hamilton then. He's got a 10th place grid penalty and will start this race in 11th, which is going to help his championship charge. So then the race strategy, looking at the rain there, looks like it's going to arrive probably around about mid-distance, half distance, that sort of thing. So we will be on the intermediates at some point. So it will stick with the ultras, because I think they will last 6-7 laps. And then put on a set of intermediates at some point. We'll bump the fuel up to... we'll go 17 laps. There we go. And yeah, okay then. So we'll run most of this race in rich mix if we can. Try and hold on to our position or even gain a couple of positions. And then keep an eye out for when this rain comes. We might be a bit quicker on the intermediate tyres. Or you never know. So yeah, lots to look forward to in this race. We've got an outside chance of some points, but we'll have to keep it clean in the dry phase. So we'll do the formation lap and then get this race underway. So I think a majority of the field are on the ultra soft tyres waiting for this rain. Let's build the revs up. Wasn't the best start in the world. Magnussen's on our left. So there's Jeff just saying 5 minutes until the rain. So lap 1 completed, 12th place, Palmer's just behind us. Everyone else ahead is starting to pull away a little bit. Grosjean has an issue with his car and he is ahead of us. He's the 3rd car in front of us. Oh, look at the AI fighting. Oh, Stroll's at the race. This is going to get very busy up into turn 1. I'm trying to get past Grosjean as quickly as I can because he's got an ill car apparently. Make the move stick. 11th place. So the power from my engine is down a little bit, and I think the power from this Force India's engine is down as well. He's dropped right back. And there's a bit of a train form behind this Force India. Oh, they're 3 wide. This could get interesting. Oh, a little bit of contact ahead. The inside of Ocon we go. Not too sure what's wrong with him. And the rain is starting to fall here as well. Alright, into that 5 then. Looks like Vettel's actually just come into the pits to put on a set of super soft tyres, so maybe he knows something we don't. But to me, the track is already changing. Getting quite a bit of understeer already. So it might need intermediate tyres at the end of this lap. Just to prepare myself for when we need a pit stop. And here we go. Here comes the alternate strategy. Intermediates at the end of this lap. Yep, that's a definite. So into the pits we come then. Looks like pretty much everyone else is as well. DRS has been disabled, so we'll stick on the intermediate tyres, see where we come back out, and then push for the second half of this race. Oh, we're being held again. Coming out in 12th by the looks of it. There's quite a few cars ahead of us going slowly here. One of them is a McLaren that is still on the ultra soft tyres. So there are a few guys ahead of us still on the dry tyres. This could be an opportunity to try and get past Massa here. Oh, we've made contact, we're in the wall, and we are out of the race. Oh, fuck it. Well, that's disappointing, and that's our second retirement of the season. Yeah, I mean, Massa was following Van Dorn really, really slowly with the McLaren on the dry tyres, and I tried to time it correctly to try and slingshot past a pair of them into the next braking zone and gain what would have been a position over Massa. But unfortunately, we tagged the rear of him, and as soon as we were heading towards the wall, I knew it was going to be game over. Bit of a shame, really, because we could have had a couple of points out of that race, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, isn't it? You're not going to finish every race of the season and score points. It's a shame, really, because I think we've had points in the last 5 races in a row, and this brings an end to it. But yeah, such is life. So Bottas has won, just ahead of Raikkonen. Verstappen completes the podium. Perez held on to his 4th place on the grid to take 4th in the race ahead of Ricciardo. Hamilton's recovered from 6th place. And Vettel did as well after making 2 stops. Hulkenberg, Massa and Grosjean complete the point scoring positions. And then further down, yeah, Verline finishing 18th behind Sainz, quite a long way behind Sainz actually. Alonso and Van Dorn 15th and 16th. And ourselves and Lance Stroll are out of the race, or were out of the race I should say. So we'll have a look at the standings then, see what that changes. Hamilton still leads by 18 points over Raikkonen, and Bottas 30 points behind. Vettel still out of it really. It's well, he is definitely out of it now. There's just 3 races left and he's 78 points away, so it's a 3-horse race between both the Mercedes drivers and Raikkonen for the title. Perez is staying in 6th place, but he's creeping up to the back of Verstappen. We remain in 8th, although Massa did pick up just a couple of points, but we are safe in well, at least the top 9. And further down, I don't think there's any major changes. No, not really. In the constructors, no changes there either. Mercedes 66 points ahead of Ferrari, so still to play for in the constructors. Red Bull in a good 3rd place, and I think Force India will lock down 4th place eventually. We remain in 6th, 21 points ahead of Renault, so yeah, I think we're pretty much nailed on for either 8th or 9th in the drivers and 6th in the constructors. Renault on 63, Haas on 45, Toro Rosso having a poor season of 38, but not as bad as McLaren, who have just got 2 points still to their name. So the resource points for the race, this would actually be quite low, only 33. Wow, I can't remember the last time I've had that low amount of points. And the first driver bonus, it will take us, fortunately, over the 900 bracket, just. The rivalry update, yeah, we lost out big time there by failing to finish, which is a shame, because we should have had him, really, but such is life. And the team approval would have dropped down with a majority of the drivers there because, yeah, basically we were tied. Not that I'm too worried, really. I'm safe at Sauber, so I'm not really too bothered by this. And finally, the career score for the weekend. It would have been promising for qualifying and practice, but as for the race, everything is a bit poor. And 7793, so yeah, definitely less than 10,000, which we've been hitting recently. And that is the episode, or the weekend all done then. So a bit disappointing, really. Yeah, not much else to say about the race really. What's done is done. So we'll look at the R&D tree then. We'll get this one finally all sorted out. Lovely. And now we can do one of these. Can we do that one yet? No, we can't. Not yet. So we can either do a weight weight risk redistribution. Bloody hell, saying that after you've had a couple of beers, which is the plank underneath the car. It's the wooden plank that scrapes along the floor that you'll see when the cars are going up or downhill. So we can move that to change the weight of the car around a little bit. Or this one here, which is tyre blankets. Better tyre blankets? A new specification of carbon sheet resistive tyre blankets heat the tyres more evenly, better preparing them for the sessions ahead. As a result, overall tyre wear is decreased. Okay then, this one, yeah, the positioning of the plank can be modified slightly in order to achieve the optimum weight distribution. So a little bit towards the weight or a little bit towards the tyre wear. Tyre wear seems okay for us, so we'll go for the weight. Lovely, that now leaves us with just 30 resource points, but if you look there at the little green line at the bottom, if both of these come in, we should be pretty much even with Haas, maybe even a little bit ahead. So we've caught up now with the chassis, which is nice. We're about halfway through developing all this, although just a couple more developments to go, and then we're on to the major and the ultimate upgrades, although these two are minor. So we've got to get a major one out of the way to get the other two minors, so we might be able to do a few more before the end of the season. As for the race, yeah, pretty disappointing as you can imagine. We could have had a couple of points out of it, but such is life. That's the way it is. Not much else to say really. When you're at the race, you're at the race, aren't you? It's my own fault really. Should have just bided my time a little bit more. But when you try to get when you see an opportunity to get a couple of extra positions, you try and take it, don't you? If you don't go for a gap that no longer exists, you're not a racing driver or something like that. There instead. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. I'll end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching this season, and I'll be back in about 9 or 10 days with the next upload. So take care then, guys, and I'll see you all in a little while.